Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. You know what I'm doing? I am trying to get ready for a class. I know, it's crazy. Do we remember this bag? You're like, no, I can't see anything in that bag. You know, it's dark purple against your purple clothing. I can't see anything. That's okay, even when I pull it out, there's not a whole lot to see. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, as soon as I pull it out of the bag, you may or may not remember this. This is my homework. Look at this piece. This is Orenburg lace, and it is very intricate and it is very slow. We all have our talents, and it's beautiful. I have not been working on this. I was naughty. This is my homework, and look at that. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, it is so delicate. I can even put that against something white so you can see it. Let me see if I can stretch it. That is so delicate, so beautiful. Do I have something I can put it against? I can put it against the bag. Yeah, you can see a little bit more, right? That is just stunning, and it's very slow. And see, look, this part stretches down to where, yeah, see, look, it's a flower. Isn't that pretty? And I am learning how to do this from Galena, who is world renowned for her skills and abilities in Orenburg lace. A few months ago, I did take a class from her, and it was amazing. I'm telling you, if you can find her, she was teaching at Estes Park in June. I do know that, June of 2025. I don't know what her schedule is, but I am going to another retreat with her. Yes, I am. So yeah, I'm really good at looking on the internet. Let's put it that way. So I am going to go to another class with her, and it's a master knitting class. I'm telling you, I'm not even through the basics. I am an experienced knitter, yes, but there's different techniques. And the thing about Orenburg lace, it's the stitches, not hard. You're knitting. There's no purl. It's knits and yarn overs. That's all it is well-placed knits and yarn overs. But because I don't have that leaning right and that leaning left like a lot of other laces do, because this is an older lace, my eyes don't see it as easily. So I have to pay attention stitch by stitch, and it's worth it. This is, you know how I was talking about doing heirloom pieces, really wanting to do an heirloom piece, and they're going to take time. That's not one that it's like, hey, look what I've done. It would be like a once a month kind of a thing. You know, hey, here's my progress. This is what I may or may not have gotten done. And it might not even be once a month, but hashtag heirloom, right? This is what we're doing. And I love that idea. And just that slower pace of living, that slower life. This is not speed knitting. Oh no. Now some people can. She can. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. And because it's a cottage industry in Russia, that's what it was. And the women that were making these shawls, oh my gosh, they were amazing. Just extremely fast, brilliant. You know, I'm like a toddler in comparison. I know when I went to my first class, Galena holds nothing back. She is amazing, and she's got wit, she's got a sharp tongue, she is fantastic. Absolutely love her. So I'm sitting there and I'm working on my stuff and everything, and I've got my tiny little needles, of course, and I've got my tiny little lace yarn, of course, and I'm working on this, and she's just kind of like, are you done yet? She didn't say it like that. She definitely didn't. She's wonderful. But it was one of those, I felt like a kindergartner trying to write my ABCs. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, is it like this? Do I want one long line? Do I do this? You know, and she has great patience. So I'm so looking forward to this. This is such a thrill, such an honor to be able to do this, to have sourced this out, and to be allowed to take said class and everything. So it is a master knitters class that I will be doing. So we'll see what I come back with. We'll see. I will come back with a piece probably about this big going, look what I did. Look, it took me 2 days to do this. Look, oh my gosh, can you see this? Because that's what I did last time. I had just a starter square that I had worked on, and I don't think I finished. No, I didn't finish it. The 2-day retreat that I was at with her previously, I didn't finish it. I had to come back and really work on it and everything, and try to remember what she had taught and how to do bind offs. Because the neat thing about this is when you have your corner over here, you know, this nice little rounded corner, you're doing short row lace. That blew my mind. That absolutely blew my mind that that was even a thing. I've done short rows on heels for socks, and I've done short rows before, but short row lace. And I had the graph but I didn't have all the symbols and what it meant for that. So I definitely needed the instructions. Well, I mean, I got the graph from her, but you know, I definitely needed the instructions. I definitely needed to write down notes, all of that stuff. You know, when she says take a pencil and an eraser and, you know, notebook paper, that's no joke. You are writing this down, because her whole goal with this is to pass on the tradition, to you know, pass it on to the younger generation. Well, you know, I'm 56, she's 75, but you know, it's one of those pass it down, or she will be this weekend, but pass it down, share it with everybody, show other people how to do this. So I have a collection of her books that I have gotten signed. I'm gonna have to go through my bookshelf and make sure that all of them are signed, but I do have those signed, and it is such a joy and such an honor to be able to do that. And I broke down, I don't know, I haven't really used a chart holder a whole lot. I broke down and I bought one on Amazon. It's downstairs in my overflow room, but I did buy one. I have the magnets to kind of move up row for row. I do have the highlighter tape. She highly recommends, and I can see that because I was looking at it. Look at the border. Look at the border. Okay, so the border is just from here to here, right? From that marker to there. Let's see. Yeah, see the little zigzag right there? You would think I would have that memorized. No. You would think that, okay, you're doing the same thing, that maybe I could recognize what I was on every row. No. So when I was working on this, I kept trying to go by memory, which meant I would knit it and then get to the next row and everything, and then realize I did it wrong, because when I came back to it, it wasn't right. And I'm not good at dropping my lace down and fixing it. Oh no, that's a whole nother beast. I can drop cables down and fix them, but lace, whoo, that's So then I'm unknitting one stitch at a time and then putting it back in. So I did break down and I bought the chart keeper. I did print off, and I have just the border, you know, in one square, you know, just on the chart keeper and just like one corner of it, and then the actual pattern in another part, and looking at it back and forth. I would love to do some of the other designs she gave me on a roll. It's a scroll. It is, no kidding, a scroll. You know what? I'm going to show it to you in just a moment. I'm going to do that. See what I meant? It's a scroll. She gave me this. I have notes on the back of it. And let's see. There's all my handwritten notes on the back, right? And like that. And it's all color charts, all color coordinated on how you do that, center lines, everything else. And I have notes on how to read it, because it's hieroglyphics. It's beautiful. It's hieroglyphics. Each color represents a different type of a stitch, so that way you know where you're doing your yarn overs, where you're doing your knit two together. Everything's knitting, like I said, no purling. But you don't have leaning stitches. It's not like knit two together and slip slip knit. You don't have that. It's just all the knit two together. And I've got this beautiful scroll, and I wanted to work on that because I have some other beautiful lace yarns that are pretty much a year's worth of a project in just one ball of lace. It's not a joke. It really isn't. These where'd my lace ball go? Here it is. These things, they take, it looks so unassuming, doesn't it? It's beautiful. It's like, oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's like a year worth in itself. And yeah, I've got a lot of other yarns too. But it is really exciting. This trip snuck up on me. I booked this pretty close to, if not the same time, pretty close to the last time that I went to see her. I was able to book this out that far in advance, and you know, it's just been on my calendar, and I had already taken leave from work, and I had all that other stuff, and then, you know, I'm seeing this and it's like, oh no, and I'd already booked the Airbnb and all that other stuff, right? And then I'm getting in my emails, hey, your trip is coming up. I'm like, what trip? Oh my gosh, you know, so much is going on. That is so absolutely exciting. And when you can see, that's a knit version with the very, very thin lace. This right here is my crochet. This one I found in my Tackle It series, my It's Been Kind of Forgotten for a While series, right? And this is crochet with that very fine lace, and that's with a size C crochet hook. So, you know, you look at this and you're like, yeah, that's pretty, but I don't knit. You don't have to. I mean, it's gonna take you a long time whether you knit or you crochet. I'm just gonna tell you right there, it's a commitment. It is lovely, spectacular, beautiful to take one ball of just this fine lace. This is 875 yards for like, what is that, 50 grams? I don't remember. Very small. And this one was like 600 grams. I mean, or 600 yards for the 50-gram ball. And it will just, you're going to question what your life choices are when you do this. But one of the other things is it will be so stunning, so beautiful, so unique, so something that is your heirloom piece. And being that I've been talking about doing that, I think it's time for me to take a little time, just a little, right? And step back. Not everything has to be speed knitting and crocheting. Not everything has to be, hey, how much production do I have, right? Because let's face it, with both of those, it doesn't matter. I can put a row on, 2 rows. It can take quite a while. It does, trust me. That's not TV knitting. That's not. The crochet, I could do that one with TV because it's repetitive and I can see what I'm doing. So that one I could with watching TV, but that lace, that's listening to TV. Have I done it? Yes, 100%. The TV's on. Do I recognize the characters that I'm watching? Not at all. No, not at all. But I listen to it, right? Kind of like a radio. Yeah, there you go. So you can do that if you have the ability to work with the finer threads and yarns and stuff. It doesn't matter if you knit or crochet is what I'm getting at. You can use either art. You can use both if you want to. Talk about just like, whoo, popping it up a notch. I'm gonna stick with one at a time. And just know I'm getting ready to get humbled. I am getting ready to be humbled yet again, 100%. That was the beginning class and I did not get far, and I'm getting ready to go to the master class, and I have no idea what she's gonna pull, what trick she's gonna pull out of her hat. Did you know you can do intarsia in lace? You can. She can. I've seen it. I've seen her pieces. I've seen some beautiful pieces of Orenburg lace shawls where you've got sections of them that are like a brown, like tan and everything, and other parts are white, different parts of different fibers, different natural colors of the animal, yes, but you've got the brown and then the white or cream color. Yeah, just knit it. It blows my mind. You can do intarsia lace. I'm over here at this is the kindergarten level. Oh, and then because it's a class, she goes through the history. It's beautiful. It is the history, and young girls are taught this. Like when I say the kindergartner, the young girls are taught this. And I'm over here as an adult woman trying to learn the kindergarten stuff, and then the kids can do this and they can pick it up, and they didn't have everything written down on charts like what I have. They don't have this scroll like this, that they can look at and everything and use their markers and their chart keepers and their magnets and all that other stuff. They don't have that. They have this. Wow. I mean, talk about being humbled. Oh my goodness. It's like you can go into the class and everything going, I can knit, I can make things. Well, yeah, I can knit, I can make things. We've seen it. This is a whole nother level. Oh my goodness, this is a whole nother level. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So look forward to that in the next couple of days. I won't do any filming most likely at the retreat, so I'll have some other videos up because I'm going to be immersed in the moment. And that's just how that is. So I'm not going to commit to filming that. Oh, there'll be videos. Trust me, I will have videos up. But not like, hey, here, Galina, I'd like to do an interview. Hey, wonderful women in the class, let's see where you're from. I'm not going to do anything like that. No. I am just a kindergarten student soaking up what I can soak up and being part of what I can be part of, because I think this is going to be absolutely amazing, and what a massive opportunity. I have always wanted to do this, and it was earlier in the year was the first time I was able to do a knitting retreat, my first ever, and I'm hooked. I am absolutely hooked. So if she's got something going on and I have the availability and the ability to be there, I'm going to be there, and who knows what else I might look up and look into and everything, going, ooh, we're going to go traveling somewhere else. We're going to do something else. But this is such a wonderful opportunity to be at this point in my life, to do the stuff that I want to do along that line. That is 100% one of them to learn from a master. And that's all I can say is, you know, when you are in company of somebody who is great at their craft. And their craft doesn't have to be, you know, like what we're talking about, like knitting and crocheting. Their craft, whether they're an artist in painting, whether they're woodwork, it doesn't matter. But when you're with a master, a true master, an artist who is just top of the game of what they're doing, it is awe-inspiring. And I would like to be at her level one day, like just at a fraction of her level with what she knows and how she's able to do it and how she's able to execute that. I think that would be spectacular. And the only way I'm going to get there is take some time, at least, you know, like I talked about with heirloom projects, pull back, set the socks down. Woman, step away from the socks. Okay, step away from the socks and grab the lace and go through the frustration. Go through the trial and errors. Go through the, are you kidding me? I don't have anything done to show. It's okay. That's okay. It's the only way you're going to get better. I did not learn how to write the alphabet one day. I am not going to learn how to do this or be proficient at it in one day. And maybe if I'm persistent, right? You got to be persistent with this. If I'm more persistent, I'll soon start to be able to see the pattern more and be able to read my knitting, because in a lot of patterns I can read my knitting and I can read my crocheting and I can see, you know, kind of, I know what the next step is. If I'm doing a crochet pineapple doily or a crocheted pineapple tablecloth, haven't done one of those in years, but when I was doing those, you can predict, you know, when you're doing the little bumps like the pineapple and how many you have to have. You can see that. I don't have to look at the pattern row by, you know, stitch by stitch. I can see what's going on and I understand that, and it's very predictive. I want to get like that with the lace. And that to me is like next level, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do it. So, you know, first of all, I'm just learning how to write my alphabet one letter at a time. That's where I'm at, one letter at a time. And just being proud of my successes. And this doesn't seem like a lot. It's a lot. This is a lot. It doesn't seem like it. That's a lot. And just be proud of it. And maybe I'll finish that one off and just leave it as just like a centerpiece that can be framed and put in my room, and put like a little framed little samplers. That's what I was thinking of, like little samplers. I can have little framed samplers and going, you know, that's a start. I don't have to do the big project. I can do these little pieces, these like little knitted doilies, and work on that until I get that confidence and that comfort level. And, you know, having confidence makes a huge difference. We can be fearless. If you have confidence, you can be fearless and go, I can do that. Let's go. Right? So I'm got to work on all of that stuff. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I cannot believe that it's already here and I'm going on another retreat. Oh my goodness, that is so exciting. And I was naughty. I didn't do my homework. I was naughty. So we'll see how that goes. So I've got to come in my room, pack my needles, overpack, of course, overpack the needles, bring all the appropriate needles and everything. And because you have to figure out which ones you're going to play with. Bring lace yarn all the way up to maybe sport yarn. I don't know. So I can practice with a larger, sport would be a larger yarn in this venue, but practice with those types of things and see what I come away with. Oh, wow. I do feel like a child learning a new skill. Wow. That's, you know how exciting that is? Oh my gosh. Yep. So we'll see what comes of that. Look forward to that video when I get back from my retreat. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.